Hello everybody, this is Hmblittleman here. Welcome to TEW 2016. We are here booking 205 Live. After this, we'll kick it on over to SmackDown. We have some tryout match in the pre-show. Roster is getting a little big for my liking, so I'm going to give some people on paper appearance deals some tryout matches. Let's begin. Yep. So, on the pre-show, 39D-, we had a tryout match. 5 versus 5. The Tate Twins, Chuck Taylor, Jason Gorey, and Crazy Steve defeated Angel, Icarus, Saber, Will Ospreay, and Leo Rush. So basically, what I do for the tryout matches is I take the rating that everybody got, and I write them down, and I keep them in a spreadsheet. And if they get, like, over a certain amount, I'll put them in NXT. Between a certain amount, I'll put them in JLC. And under a certain amount, I'll put them in, or I'll fire them. They get 5 tryout matches, and I take the average. Alright, I've written them down, so let's go on to the main show. Yep. 60C, Adrade Almas defeated Brian Kendrick. Adrade Almas is doing better than Brian Kendrick. Wow. Like, as far as, in-ring performance. 65C, after the match, Neville comes out to the ring. He shakes Almas' hand, then flips him off with the camera quickly cutting away. We cut back when Neville is done, and almost smirks and leaves. 42D, Tony Nese defeated Jack Gallagher. Pretty simple, gave Tony Nese a win and extended this feud. 82B, Mick Foley is backstage with Adrade Almas. Foley, Adrade, I've been really impressed with you the past 5 days. You beat everyone in the Cruiserweight Classic you came across. You beat young upstart Noam Dar last night on Raw, and you beat the veteran Brian Kendrick tonight. Jeez, I can't talk. I see bright things in your future when you take on the Cruiserweight Champion at Hell in a Cell, whoever that may be. Almas, that means the world to me coming from you, sir. I'd just like to say, your speeches to Braun, Roman, and Joel last night were extremely inspirational. Foley, what? I have no idea what you're talking about. I was out of town last night. Next, main event, 45D, Tozawa and Cedric Alexander defeated TJP and Araya Davari. End the show. The whole show got 57C-. Not awful. Now, let's kick it right on over to SmackDown. We are here with SmackDown. Let's get right into it. We have a tryout match to start the show. Let's begin. In the pre-show, it was terrible apparently. 42D, Alex Riley, Tyler Bate, Trent Seven, Mandrews, and Ricochet defeated Pete Dunne, The Undisputed Era, and Cliff Compton. Now I'm gonna do some data entry and figure out who's been good at wrestling. On the main show, 660+, Chris Jericho, Randy Orton, and Rusev defeated Ty Dillinger and The Ascension. Remember, these 3 are the current members of Team SmackDown. Here is the graphic for that. We still have 2 members to decide. Who will they be? Next, 70C+, copy and paste. James Ellsworth is backstage with Shane McMahon. Ellsworth, please, can I be on Team SmackDown? Shane, well, you'll need to win a qualifying match just like everyone else. Tonight, you'll take on Chad Gable, with the winner joining the team. Ellsworth walks away happy, past AJ, who walks up to Shane. By the way, tonight, James Ellsworth versus Chad Gable. SmackDown. Survivor Series. Qualifying match. Styles, nice. Good for Chad Gable on making the team. Already, AJ Styles with 0 faith in James Ellsworth. Hey, speaking of Survivor Series, any word on what the United States Champion AJ Styles will be doing at the event? Shane, funny you should ask. Next week, there will be a fatal 4-way to decide the #1 contender for the United States Championship. Here's the graphic. Rhino versus Dolph Ziggler versus Mike Kanellis versus Ty Dillinger. They hear laughing off-screen as Jinder Mahal walks up. Mahal, why are you wasting your time on such a peasant as AJ Styles? What about me? I know the Survivor Series match, but what am I doing next week? That is far more important than anything involving AJ Styles. Shane, alright, tell you what, next week there will be a champion versus champion match. Jinder Mahal versus AJ Styles. Here is the graphic for that. By the way, that segment got a 70C+, and we move on to the next one. 65C, Shinsuke Nakamura defeated Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler sustained an undisclosed shoulder injury. Because why not? Cat, move. Seriously, you're messing things up. God damn it. I mean, why not? Why not? Why not? 73B minus. New Day are backstage. Woods. We just got out of a meeting with Daniel Bryan, and it would appear the Usos are ready to cash in their rematch clause. Daniel Bryan wanted it to happen tonight, but we talked him down to next week. Big E, we gotta prep. Kofi, what kind of prep are you gonna do? We're the ones that watch tapes and talk strats while you sit in front of the TV watching Frasier. Big E, it's a good show. Woods, regardless of the outcome, regardless of the time, the outcome stays the same. We remain your WWE SmackDown Tag Team Champions, baby. 39D minus. Natalia defeated Dana Brooke. That's awful. That is just awful. 51D plus. That's also very bad. Goldust is backstage when a clearly fake Undertaker walks up. Goldust, Undertaker, what are you doing here? Undertaker, clearly Fandango, just grunts in response to Goldust. Goldust, in one of those moves. Or in one of those moods. Yeah, it's been kind of rocky for me too. I gotta figure out who to pick as a protege. Got it down to 40 people. Want to hear the options? Undertaker grunts excitedly. Goldust. Well, the clear front runner right now is they hear a yell and part of the ceiling as well as Tyler Breeze falls next to them. Breeze. Sorry, I was checking the light from above the light. You were saying? Goldust. Hold on, something doesn't seem right here. Goldust rips Fandango's wig off. Goldust, I knew it. The real Undertaker would never talk that much. Goldust walks away. They're still trying to, the Breezango's still trying to find out who is Goldust's protege gonna be. 47D, Chad Gable defeated James Ellsworth. Chad Gable is now a member of Team SmackDown, so here's the graphic for that. We still got one more man to decide. 56C minus. That's better. Harper is talking to a cameraman at the compound. Harper. Destiny and the stars align to determine our next move. Father had moved the entire family out of state, leaving the compound empty. Bray, Eric, and I moved in. We lived off the grid. No more visits to the town. No more keeping tabs on Father. It was done. We were free to live our life the way Bray wanted to. Around this time is when Braun entered the fray. Though he was not yet ready to begin fighting. He had to be trained, which is why it took quite some time for the WWE Universe to become acquainted with him. Harper gets distracted and looks off into the distance. The camera pans to show Eric Rowan in a muddy jumpsuit and his creepy sheep mask. Harper, we're done here. We need to leave. Now. And that is the final episode of Luke Harper confronting his past. 66C minus, or C plus. In the main event, John Cena defeated Baron Corbin. Was this a special match? Yeah, Falls Count Anywhere. Lack of selling on display. Yeah, well, what are you going to do? Cena doesn't like hardcore, Baron doesn't like hardcore. 84B plus. After the match, Kevin Owens attacks Cena, giving him a pop-up powerbomb onto steel steps. Daniel Bryan comes out to the stage. Bryan. Owens, we cannot have that kind of unprofessional recklessness coming from one of the #1 contenders to the WWE Championship. That's why next week here on SmackDown, Kevin Owens will take on John Cena. That match is official. Kevin Owens versus John Cena. Next week on SmackDown. And hey, with that, John Cena officially retained his #1 contendership against Baron Corbin, so it will still be Jinder Mahal defending his WWE Championship against Kevin Owens, John Cena, and Sami Zayn at Survivor Series. We can now end the show. Show got 71 B-. Not awful. That is not awful. Dolph Ziggler injured. Not be taking time off and will work through the pain. Excellent. Wow, a lot of bids fallen. Yeah, I tried to reach out to people. Apparently, a lot of people want to retire. It's not... I don't like that. Adam Cole talks well, kid. Give the kid promo time. Victor wants wins. Dolph Ziggler injured. Okay, delete all. What is this? Pay rise. Okay, Drew, just take the fucking money. Get out of my office. Whoa, that's a lot of negotiations. I forgot about so many of those. Wow. Yeah, I tried to pick up a bunch of legends. Where is the medical? 22 days for an undisclosed shoulder injury. Jesus Christ. Mick Foley comes back in 5 days. Darren Young can come back in 5 days. Taker 2 months. Ray 3 months. Page 3 months. Okay. That is the end of the episode. Tomorrow we have Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. 4 days in the game time. And, yeah, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe for more. Follow me on Twitter, link description below. It's at Hmblittleman, and goodbye.